Look at the front lawn, the thing you've been mowing, watering, and fertilizing every single week. Is actually the worst thing you could put in your front yard. I've been gardening for X years, and I kept a grass lawn out front for most of that time. Not because I loved it, but because that's just what you did, until I actually added up what it was costing me. Time, water, money, and honestly, the way my yard looked, still mediocre. Turns out I wasn't alone. This year, 80% of people working with landscape designers are asking for less lawn, and 37% want no grass at all. That's not a trend. That's a movement. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the no-grass front yard ideas that actually look amazing, not just in a design magazine, but in real yards in real climates with real budgets. Ground covers that replace turf, hardscaping that adds structure, planting styles that hold up season after season, and the mistakes I see people make that ruin an otherwise good design. If you've been thinking about making the switch, stick around. This video is for you. Herb Subject 1. Ground covers that replace grass. Let's start with the ground itself, because if you remove grass and put nothing back, you've just got dirt. And dirt grows weeds. The best grass replacements I've worked with are creeping thyme, clover, and native ground covers. Creeping thyme spreads low, handles light foot traffic, and blooms purple-pink in summer. It's genuinely beautiful and needs almost no mowing. White clover fixes nitrogen in your soil, stays green through dry spells, and attracts pollinators. Microclover blends look nearly indistinguishable from a lawn at a distance. Seriously, your neighbors won't notice. For shaded areas where grass always struggles anyway, moss is your answer. It needs no fertilizer, no mowing, no irrigation once it's established. Just the right soil pH and some patience. The rule I follow: match the ground cover to your actual conditions: sun, shade, foot traffic, rainfall. Don't buy what looks good in a photo. Buy what will survive in your yard. Subject 2. Hardscaping done right. Hardscaping gets a bad reputation. People hear no grass and picture a yard that looks like a parking lot. That's not what I'm talking about. Done right, hardscaping gives your yard structure, defines zones, and cuts your maintenance down dramatically. The key is combining materials with living plants, never hardscaping alone. Decomposed granite and gravel work well as a base layer. They're budget-friendly, drain well, and look natural when you weave plants through them. Large flagstone pavers create a path that feels organic. Plant creeping thyme between the gaps, and it looks like it's been there for decades. If you want a modern look, oversized concrete pavers with low ornamental grasses between them are hard to beat. For drainage-conscious yards, permeable paving lets water soak through rather than run off. One thing to avoid: bare gravel with no plants. It looks unfinished, gets hot in summer, and collects debris. Always combine hardscape with living material. Subject 3. Layered planting for real curb appeal. This is where a no-grass yard goes from functional to genuinely beautiful. The secret is layering: tall plants at the back, medium in the middle, low ground covers at the front edge. It sounds simple, but most people skip this and end up with a flat, random-looking bed. Layering creates depth. It makes the yard look designed, not just planted. Repeat the same species in clusters rather than scattering single plants everywhere. 3 ornamental grasses grouped together read as intentional. 1 ornamental grass surrounded by random plants reads as an accident. Use plants with different textures. Fine grasses next to broadleaf shrubs, soft ground covers next to a boulder. That contrast is what catches the eye from the street. And always leave a defined edge between your planting beds and your path or driveway. A clean edge does more for curb appeal than almost any plant choice. It signals care and intention. Cactus Subject 4. Xeriscaping, what it actually means. Xeriscaping gets misunderstood constantly. People think it means rocks and cacti. It doesn't. It means choosing plants that match your local climate, so you're not fighting your landscape every season. The term was coined by Denver Waterback in the 1980s. The core idea is simple: right plant, right place. If you're in a dry climate, choose drought-adapted plants. If you're in a wet climate, choose plants that handle rain. Stop forcing plants to survive in conditions they weren't built for. The water savings are real. Switching to a well-designed xeriscape can reduce your outdoor water use by 50 to 75%. 1 square foot of grass replaced saves roughly 25 gallons of water annually. That adds up fast. One important gardening note: don't over-amend your soil with compost when planting drought-adapted species. Colorado State University research shows it keeps the roots too moist and actually harms the plants. Sometimes the best thing you can do is leave the soil alone. Subject 5. Native plant gardens. Native plants are the most underused tool in front yard landscaping. They evolved in your region. They know your soil, your rainfall patterns, your temperature swings, and they largely take care of themselves once established. Replace your turf with a native perennial garden and you get color, texture, and seasonal interest without the constant inputs. No fertilizer, minimal irrigation after the first season, and genuine habitat value. Native plants support local bees, butterflies, and birds in ways that a lawn simply never can. Here's the honest reality, though. A native garden looks sparse in year 1. It's establishing roots underground. Year 2, it fills in. Year 3, it looks like it's always been there. You have to commit to that timeline. Choose perennials over annuals where you can. They come back every year without replanting. And always buy plants native to your specific region, not just your country. Regional specificity matters enormously with natives. Moneybag subject 6. Real costs, savings, and rebates. Let's talk money honestly, because this question always comes up. Yes, there's an upfront cost to converting a front yard. Installing a Xeriscape typically runs between $1.50 and $2.50 per square foot. That's real money, depending on your yard size. But here's what changes on the other side. Water savings alone can cut your outdoor irrigation bills significantly. Xeriscaping reduces yearly maintenance costs by up to 87% when you factor in mowing, fertilizing, and watering. A well-designed Xeriscape can also increase your property value by up to 14%. And here's what a lot of homeowners don't know. Many water utilities offer cash rebates for converting grass to drought-tolerant landscaping. Nevada's Southern Nevada Water Authority, for example, offers up to $5 per square foot before you spend a single dollar on plants or materials. Search your city or county name plus lawn replacement rebate. The money is out there. Warning subject 7. Mistakes to avoid. I want to save you from the errors I see most often, and a few I've made myself. The biggest mistake is removing grass without a plan for what goes in. Know your replacement materials and plants before you pull anything out. Bare soil grows weeds faster than you can manage them. Second, choosing plants based on photos rather than climate. A design you saw from California may completely fail in your zone. Always check hardiness zones and local rainfall before buying. Third, going all hardscape with no living plants. It looks harsh, gets hot, and feels unwelcoming. Plants are not optional. They're what makes hardscaping look good. Fourth, expecting fast results from native and ground cover plantings. These plants establish slowly. Give them 2 to 3 seasons before judging. And fifth, ignoring your HOA rules before starting. Check first. Many U.S. states now have laws limiting HOA restrictions on water-wise landscaping, but know your local rules before you invest. So there you have it. 7 real ways to transform your front yard without a single blade of grass and actually make it look better than before. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. You don't need grass to have a beautiful front yard. You need the right plants for your climate, a little structure, and the patience to let it establish. That's it. I've done this myself. My neighbors were skeptical at first. Now they ask me questions every time I'm outside. If you're just getting started, pick one thing from this video, one ground cover, one hardscaping idea, one native plant, and start there. You don't have to transform everything overnight. Small changes compound over time, just like a garden does. If this video helped you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach other gardeners who need this information. Subscribe if you want more honest, practical gardening content. No fluff, no fake transformations. Just real knowledge from someone who actually gets their hands dirty. Drop a comment below and tell me, which idea from today's video are you going to try first? I read every single comment and I'd love to know. Thanks for watching.
मैं यहाँ पे
Now,
खड़ा हूँ
go
ना,
make something grow.
तो